So my assignment was the inert gases. So here this goes. To some, DP means Dr. Pepper. To others, director of photography. And for cinematographers on porn sets, it's a constant source of confusion. But tonight, DP is the newest symbol on the periodic table. Depression, the brain's inert gas. The inert gases, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, molecular nitrogen, and my personal favorite, sulfur hexyl fluoride, are used for what they don't do, or more accurately, for what doesn't happen when you're using them. Molecular nitrogen is used as a preservative in food. It displaces oxygen and carbon dioxide, and without them, nothing happens. They're the life of the party, those two. The life of the life, really, because without them, life can't form. Not fungus, bacteria, koala bears, salmonella, etc. Other inert gases are used in oil tankers, displacing oxygen so the oil can't ignite and the tanker doesn't explode. Life is beautiful. Oxygen sustains life, so it's kind of beautiful too. But like life, oxygen is dangerous. Bunnies and puppies breathe it, but so did Jeffrey Dahmer. You see, oxygen is all fun and games until you're being eaten by a serial killer, and your oil tanker's exploding and your bagels have mold on them. Inert gases are boring, the safety belts of the periodic table, but aren't we lucky they exist? I submit to you this evening that DP, depression, serves a similar function as the other inert gases. Pumped into the human brain, depression displaces the psychical oxygen, the substance that sustains vitality, curiosity, the motivation to bathe. Depression is nature's human preservative. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, while more well-adjusted cavemen were out being gored to death by mammoth tusks, the depressive ones were lying face down on the cave floor feeling bad about themselves. The cave women were stuck with these sad survivors who never left the cave and spent their time painting on the wall. The title of this abstract cow here is Despair. Depressed people, who you mate with when the one you wanted to mate with dies heroically. I have been depressed most of my life, and I only know now that I was depressed then because I started taking an antidepressant about a year ago to quit smoking, and when I started being able to do stuff and enjoy things, I was like, oh, I see. All that stuff I thought was my personality, that was a disease. It made perfect sense. When I look back at notebooks from over the last 17 years, I see the depression there, see myself struggling against it, but at the time I had no idea. It was an inert gas, a nullity, nothing, imperceptible like the molecular nitrogen on the food we eat. And I've brought some examples, some empirical evidence of this inert gas. I've gutted my notebooks recently, and just from doing that I got a contact low. It was depressing. So I'm just gonna read me struggling with like this thing that I don't understand, and me trying to do things, and this inert gas just like pressing down on me. So this is from about 2004. Things I want to do: 1, guitar; 2, singing; 3, piano; 4, zine; 5, play; 6, triathlon. And I'm already defeated enough at this point to have a list on the back. Reasons I won't. Lack of funds, lack of inertia, laziness, fear of failure, lack of funds, lack of connections, don't know where to start, fear of failure, definitely laziness, avoidance of pain. Things I need to do. I didn't do those things, I'm certain. I was traveling, I was in South Korea, and I was having a shitty time because I was depressed and didn't know it. So I wrote this journal entry. I want to write a book about travel because I'm a weird traveler. Something like Journal of a Pessimistic Traveler, or a Lazy Traveler, or a Macro-Adventurer. Macro-adventurer is a term I coined to describe myself. when I was in New York City last month. I realized that I was adventurous and capricious enough to buy a plane ticket with no notice and fly across the country and sleep on the floor, but once there, too lazy or something underlined, or something to take a subway out to Brooklyn. I think there's a few explanations for my macro-adventuritis. I diagnosed myself with like a fake thing. Like, you're depressed. Like, no, I have macro-adventuritis. I just discovered it. Another to-do, buy books, apply to Yale. No, didn't apply to Yale. Clean and organize room, buy Eddie Izzard tickets. Based on not doing the other three, I'm sure I didn't clean or organize my room. Ideas, and then there's just like bullet points. This is from my junior year of college. I don't want to take notes, but I don't want to look like I'm not taking notes, because every asshole around me is all writing away, so I'm writing this so when I stop and don't write another word, the entire class period, people will have at least seen me write a little bit of notes. Little do they know I haven't written any notes. Ha ha ha. Things I should learn about architecture. No. Flora? No. Physiology, anatomy? No. I didn't learn about any of those things. So, that's just a little bit. Just a little few selections. And when I look back, I lament how much depression has held me back, but fail to appreciate how far it's gotten me. Sure, I didn't do a triathlon, but I also didn't drown while doing a triathlon. This can't-do mentality has done for so many of us who do very little. Yeah, it's hard to leave the house maybe, and most accidents do happen in the home, but not typically while lying in the bed crippled by depression. And nobody's ever cut off a finger opening a bag of Funyuns. I'm glad I'm less depressed now, and I don't wish depression on anyone, and I'm never going to stop taking my antidepressants. I don't care what Tom Cruise says. On a side note, I don't mind artists lecturing us on politics or religion, but would they mind making some art every once in a while? Why don't they apply those astute minds to their craft? If I was so concerned about poisoning minds, I wouldn't be making a fourth Mission Impossible movie. Depression is one of the suckiest things, and makes everything else seem sucky, but there's some salvation and gratitude, even for the suckiest, most boring parts of ourselves. Thank you.